Each day in our lives, we connect with others to be understood, listened, and heard. We function well because of the connection and communication that takes place. The need for conversation is universal. We interact with others through exchanging hi and hellos, smiling, nodding, and just by staring at each other. Most of us spend a great deal of our day interacting with other people through what is known as a conversation.
Conversation is defined as an interaction between two or more people. It is an essence of interpersonal communication since it guides the people to engage in communication and learn deeply with one another.
According to Judy Apps, the word conversation is a compromise of the words con, or with, and verser, or turn. Conversation is turn and turnabout. You alternate. As such, a conversation isn't a monologue or singular speech act. It's a dyadic process where two people engage with one another in interaction that has multiple turns.
The principle of process. Once conversation takes place, there are stages in which the process undergoes, and it is divided into 5 steps: opening, feed forward, business, feedback, and closing. The principle of cooperation. You and the person you are interacting with have cooperation in trying to understand each other. And there are 4 conversational maxims: the maxim of quantity, quality, relation, and manner. The principle of politeness. This principle plays a huge role in human communication since if people obey this principle, they can make conversation flow naturally and more tactfully, and if not, it can make communication ineffective. There are 6 maxims of politeness that have been identified by linguist Jeffrey Leach. The maxim of tact. The maxim of generosity. The maxim of approbation. The maxim of modesty. The maxim of agreement. And the maxim of sympathy. The principle of dialogue. It is a conversation between 2 participants, and each person plays the same role as the speaker and receiver, while monologue is one person speaks and the other listens. The principle of turn-taking is important in conversation since it gives each person the ability to take turns when communicating and for them to hear each other's sides. Conversational disclosure is an act of disclosing information about ourselves to others. Rewards of self-disclosure increase in self-knowledge, communication and relationship effectiveness, and psychological well-being. While the dangers of self-disclosure are personal, relational, and professional risks.
Making small talk. All of us engage in small talks, and it becomes the pathway towards a bigger talk and connection with one another, but it also connects the conversation brief and short. Small talks usually happen anywhere and time, sometimes with the sales lady, hairdresser, waiter, drivers, and many more. In this kind of connection, small talks happens. Are we good? Good!
Do you sometimes wonder what the background and interest of a person is? Well, introduction is the key to that. It is crucial in every conversation. Introducing ourselves helps us learn more about a person and decide whether or not to continue communication and know about the background of the person. For example, when applying for a job interview, you introduce yourself. Good morning. I am Jenny Ann Singson Umadhay, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Development Communication in West Visayas State University.
In every conversation, there's a chance that a person makes excuses. It is the ability of a person to excuse or find a way to navigate the thoughts and enables them to maintain effective communication.
Apologizing. Sorry. Forgive me. I regret to. Are some kinds of apologizing in conversation. Apologizing is a way to show how sorry you are to a person. It can also make a communication effective and can maintain mutual understanding and trust. Hey! Oh, I'm sorry. I would like to apologize. I thought you were my friend.
People often give advice to those who are around them and to the people who need to hear it. It's okay, you can do better. Life is full of trials. Be firm and believe that you will conquer all of it, are some examples of advices. It is a kind of message that gives a person into a positive view, a hope, and a behavior that leads a person to look for a better option. Examples of these are from therapists, a teacher, a lawyer, and many more. Go.
I like your shirt. You look beautiful today. Nice image. Are some examples of compliments. It is a message that shows flattering praises and positive words to other people and can be a basis of positive relationship. And it can also be done in exchange for a positive response from the receiver of the message. For example, both of you participated in a newscasting competition.
Wow, I like your delivery. It was really bold and fierce.
Yours as well. It was full of conviction. I bet you will win this competition. Conversational message serves as the center of the communication process. Principle of conversation, its forms and aspects are used in everyday life. We cannot be who we are without it. We listen, learn, and understand each other through interaction. An experimental study towards young adults, communication skills education was conducted by Sultan Goklu. Performed studies, it has been determined that sharing the emotions are effective on arranging the social interactions and development and continuance of close relationship by increasing the recognition of the person by others. Individuals who can feel valued and communicate effectively in the family can be happier.